Okay, been working hard on this past few days. Now I did some pictures on Facebook, so if you in the Fostoria Trail fans at the moment, link is in our bio. So I got the foam risers glued into place. Got my homemade cork again glued in place. And so I went to Lowe's and cut my own foam risers for the top of this. If you've been watching the shorts, so I had to come up about 2 inches for here, because down there is about 4 inches. I need to go up higher. So all I have to do is I cut a bunch of them out already for the next corner. But all I have to do is sand it, get some sandpaper, and just sand this down just a smidge here, because it's about even with the cork. So I need to even that out a little bit. So as you come up here and everything, it'll turn a little bit, goes through 2 different bridges through here, through the mountain. Now I have to cut the mountain up. It didn't bother me at all. I just took my handsaw and just got it out. And then I cut the back of it off. Now it's bigger. Now you can get in here more and everything else. So later on I'll come in here and eventually take this stuff down and plaster up inside of this later on. Just like my dad did on his old gates. Kind of do the same thing here. And what's really cool, this piece right here is part of my dad's old gauge. So I got part of his layout into mine, which is pretty cool. So it gives me support here. I got some here, and I got one down over here. Then you'll see, I moved that around a little bit, but yeah, as you can see, my vision cut across. Then I connect into the foam risers and go around. So I ain't going no further than that. I ordered some track and some rail joiners. So I'm waiting for that to come. I ordered some curbs and stuff. And I ordered some plaster cloth. So that should be coming sometime this next week, probably. So this screen will be all covered up and everything. Alright, this is going to be a long video, but I'm going to take you step by step. Time to do a couple shorts. Well, it's been a minute. I'll get to this other side here in a minute. I'm going to explain what I was doing over here. So I got the trestle kind of where I want it now. I got the foam risers being glued in. And I got some weight. That's as far as I went. So I'm going to wait for this to set up so I can use my weights for down over there. That's my goal. I'm using 24-inch curves. So I mocked that up in spot here. And then I got this old railroad bridge. I'm going to cut and try to make it fit in there. So yeah, how to do that yet. And yesterday we had a awesome train meeting yesterday. We got a couple more people came up here and they ran trains. We had a blast. So now you can see the cork and everything glued in place. The track is glued in place. And my brother found an easy way to do plaster cloth. There's less mess, except where I put my fingers and everywhere, but that ain't no problem. It's so much easier. All you do is you put it down over here, and you take a spray bottle and just wet it down, and then you can. It's so much easier than trying to dunk it in water and bring it over and have a mess. It's so much easier with the spray bottle. So I did the whole thing. This is as far as I went. My N-Scale division, he gave me some, I think 5 rolls of plaster cloth. Now you can see the mountain. It's all in plaster cloth. Let's actually go on the other side real quick. So as you can see, the mountain is done in plaster cloth. So I'm getting that in a second here. But man, when you stand right here and see the bridges and stuff, that looks really awesome. yeah, I already talked about all that. So anyway, so I'll show you what I did inside the mountain. Got it all somewhat plastered up inside to give it more strength. I'm gonna put some plaster cloth up in here and then over here too. And then later, thinking about painting the whole mountain, and when it's all done, paint the inside of it black. Everything inside black is what I'm thinking. Then my brother 3D printed these trusses. We made them a lot thicker than what was on this here. You can see how a lot more thicker it is and everything. And I had to cut braces for each section because it's starting to get weak where it's when it was together. So I put some braces in there. So yeah, that's what it's gonna look like on this side. Can't wait. It's getting there. And then I used some tinfoil to make my rocks and stuff out of. So that looks real good. Now, just out of tinfoil, real cheap. And I'll show you what I did on the other side. Did the same thing. That's all with tinfoil and everything. Just waiting for the plaster to set up some more. And as I push the plaster through, it interlocks this a little bit. And then when this all sets up, now I'll put a coat of plaster on top of this to really lock everything in place, make it look better. This way you don't see all the joints and everything. So again, I'm just waiting for this stuff to set up real quick. Then I come around this way, through here, and around into the town. I'm thinking about, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do everything yet, so bear with me. So this will be all gone through here, except for the diamond stand. So alright, I'm just waiting for my flex track and some more plaster cloth to come. Okay, yesterday I finally got my 10 pieces of track, and then the other day I worked on this here. Down that way, use some pieces of track for testing to see how the slope is. Worked out pretty good. I didn't cut my angles correctly down here, so I had to bring it up higher a little bit. Now it's a-okay. Got my lead weights holding this down, glued everything into place. All I have to do now is solder the joints here and some others. But I did do a test run. I know you guys didn't see it on the shorts or anything, so can you believe just for 10 pieces now it's 90 bucks? I know that's a deal, but shoo, man, I remember back in the heyday it was only like, I think like $2.94, or I think it was $2 and something a stick. Of course, that's back in the 90s. Alright, I'll see you guys when I get back gluing this all in. Okay, before I get in this diamond talking stuff here real quickly. So I finally, I don't know where I left off in the video, but I finally got the track. I think I talked about that. Got that all glued into place, and I got this track here all glued into place. And I did a test run yesterday, and I was having short issues at the moment. Got it all figured out, and I had to, this is an Atlas diamond. I cut grooves into everything to keep, so there's no power in the middle of the diamond. No matter what I did, it still had it. So I had to take it back out, flip it upside down, took the feeders out of it. They had cross feeders, whatever. Still got power. And I'm like, what the heck? So I decided to isolate the joints here and isolate the one. And this is just a bogey, a dummy, whatever you want to call it, but it's got metal wheels on it. And every time the train would go across, the light would pop on. Not no more, which is really nice. No more light. So as the train comes around the loop over here, it comes up to this grade here. I know you guys want to see it. So last night I got on Amazon.com and ordered a Pico diamond. I've seen some good reviews about their stuff being more DCC friendly. This is what I had since I was a kid. So Oh, here we go. It's only 15 cars, one engine. This is the part I like the most. Going through the mountain. Lost a little bit of power. There's no feeders, only feeder is inside the mountain, that's it. Until today I'm gonna have more feeders and stuff. Let's see if the light bulb comes on. It didn't short out. Awesome. So that's what I gotta do when I get the next diamond. Alright, now the fun begins. So now I'm gonna wait for that diamond to come, and I'm gonna do some plastering up in here and put the feeders in. So I'll be in the next video.